In this demonstration, we'll perform a snapshot logging test to capture direct pressure readings and export the results for a maintenance report. For our test, we'll be using the Ralston FieldLab to record the pressure of 4 devices with an expected pressure of 30 psi. These could be tires, live pressure systems, storage tanks, or any unit that needs regular pressure checks logged. If you don't know how many test points you'll need, you can select Unlimited and stop the test manually. We could use the FieldLab connected to our PC wirelessly or with the USB cable and run the test directly on our PC. But for this test, we will perform the test on the FieldLab gauge. I've already created a snapshot logging test, named my 4 test points, and loaded it from my PC to my FieldLab. To begin our test, we'll select Test Modes from the menu on our gauge and select the snapshot logging test. Our test will show us the dataset, which named test point should be logged first, how many points are in the test, and optionally, the expected pressure for the current point. Before we activate the test, we'll make sure all proper connections are made to the first device under test. With the FieldLab connected to our first device under test, we'll activate the snapshot logging test. With the test activated, we see the live pressure reading and we'll log our first point by pressing the log button. The FieldLab will capture the current pressure and save it for review. This removes the need for manually recording points with pen and paper, while also providing a clear, traceable result. The FieldLab digitally records the actual pressure reading and calculates the deviation set by the target pressure that I set up while creating our test mode. The FieldLab will automatically calculate a pass or fail for each test point based on the permissible error that was entered when we set up our snapshot test. The target reading and permissible error are optional, but very handy if part of your tests involve an acceptable range. If there's an error and the test point needs to be relogged, pressing the left button on the arrow pad will allow you to relog the current point. Pressing accept will move on to the next test point, where you can connect to your next device and continue performing the snapshot test. If you have a specific number of test points, the FieldLab will automatically complete the test once the last test point is logged. If you have unlimited test points, pressing the down arrow will complete the test. If you have entered any custom fields, such as tail number or tag number, the FieldLab will prompt you to enter these values after the last test has completed, and then will show you the results. All of the recorded data is stored in a new dataset on the FieldLab. You can view and share these results by connecting the FieldLab to a PC to load the test results into the FieldLab desktop software. Once you choose the FieldLab, the Datasets tab will show all of the test results on this gauge. Select your dataset and click Import to transfer the data to the desktop software. The results will show you all of the test mode information and pressure readings that were logged, and whether each point was passed or failed based on the permissible error. To finish up, I'll export these test results as a PDF to attach to the maintenance report. But these results can also be exported as a CSV file to be used in other systems. All test modes can be shared with your team to ensure standard operating procedures and minimize setup time for commonly performed tests. To learn more about the FieldLab and FieldLab desktop software, visit our website at ralstoninst.com.